The life has just come back to a new normal after months of lockdown because of coronavirus. People pouring back into the streets happily after a time of being alone inside. Although the pandemic hasn't been solved, it brought about lessons to learn. How to appreciate the moment living freely with people you love. And how to realize the loneliness as an inspiration to create something beautiful.
Stay alone sometimes boring, sometimes happy. I'm Ekgorn Temppetak from Thailand. I'm doing art since I was 17 years old. After this coronavirus situation, my friends went back to their hometown. So in this space, only me here. One day, 24 hours, nobody for me to speak with. I press the mute button and everything becomes silence. This is the big content that I want in my painting. Very lonely space, my kitchen, the function of the chair to sit. So they need the people, but there's no people in the painting. So that means no one's here. There's no one here, no one talk, silent.
Being alone with an artwork about loneliness, how was it?
I enjoyed it. When I stay alone, I can concentrate with the artwork and nobody interrupt me. And I feel enjoy about this thing. Something that I give my heart, my power, my energy to create.
Have you ever thought that all the bad things can be good for your art?
If we never face with very deep sadness before, we cannot present those feelings out. They give me lesson. It's me, it was me. I used to be alone in Korea for almost 14 months without any close friends. I have to separate myself. I don't know how to deal with it that time. And I just cried out. No one here. I have only pencil, color, paper, and me. Paintings heal me, keep me not lost.
You're in a time of studying, observing to build up your own world of arts. What have you prepared to become a professional artist?
A heart, that's it. Art for me is about love. The important thing is the message that you want to tell the audience who come to see your work.
Negative state of mind becomes inspiration. Is it a choice or a dilemma?
No one needs sadness. Most of artists have to be with loneliness or sadness because they don't have much choice. It has to be like that. They don't want to be like that. I'm sure.
Art is like therapy. What comes up is what comes up. It may be dark, but that's what comes up. However, how many people can really understand the dark of the beauty created by artists? In other words, who do you think artists are?
The artists make you feel emotions that you didn't think you could feel, or take you back to a memory that you've completely forgotten about.
Artists are very brave and they're not afraid to chase something that they want to do.
I think they're sensitive.
Passionate.
Creative.
That's dedicated.
When I would see a painting or a sculpture and express a piece of art, I would try and see the hidden messages and understand what the artist is trying to portray.
I think it's always the meaning or the message or the feelings that provoke you that probably stay a bit longer.
It's good, beautiful, because then people can smile and keep it and keep happiness.
So, let's talk about artists in your own definition.
I think the artist is a person who has an internal mission that nobody tells him what to do. He knows, he feels it, you know. He has a mission to create.
And your mission is?
To make music. You know, have you heard about emotional sponges? Like, for example, I go in a place and I can feel the vibe in the air, in the people, if they have had an argument 5 minutes before, because I can perceive a sort of emotional energy in the air. So I receive it and it changes my mood. So in that sense, I am an emotional sponge. It's a gift when you are an artist to have this emotional feedback, because you can transform this into art.
So, negative and positive emotions, which one will your music be better inspired by?
I would say mostly the negative. I don't want to sound like a stereotype cliche, but when I'm happy, I don't really want to make music, I just want to enjoy the life. But when I'm struggling, it's where I actually have more like reason to write, you know. When you're struggling, it's a time where you are really deep inside yourself, when you're having hard moments in life, for example, love or the loss of a loved one. And that's time where you are high sensitive. It links up with the creation, and I guess when you're having those negative moments, they help you to express the internal side of yourself better. My mother died. I wrote an album actually called A Mother Love. I wrote one song in the hospital when she was there. She was unconscious. She never listened to it. I was crying a lot. I was with her at the hospital when she died. So when she died in Italy and I came back to London, that helped me to go to the process of writing music.
Was that milestone the start of your loneliness?
That are music producers, yes, because you are in the studio alone with yourself for many hours doing music. So you are alone in that sense, yeah. And in 10, 20 years doing that, you kind of develop this kind of lifestyle and you are really, you can find yourself being alone comfortably. And I choose to be alone. When I was probably in my early 30s, I was purposely staying in my own bedroom for just going out to eat and come back straight away and spending 8 hours in front of a computer writing music. And I used to enjoy that. And I remember my friends were telling me, like, Rico, you know, let's go out sometime, you know, what are you doing? They couldn't understand, you know, like, don't you get bored? I'm like, no, I'm enjoying stay here. It's my own cave, my own comfort zone where I don't want to get out, you know. I just like to make music, and some people don't get it. As I said, you know, art's not for everybody. When you be alone with yourself, you get in touch with the kids inside yourself, you get in touch with the deepest, intimate, sensitive thoughts.
Locking yourself in one closed space for a period of time seems not to be a good choice for your health.
It is healthy for your mind because you are expressing, after many days, you're expressing what's inside of you and you feel a relief. I can say the same as music saved my life. If I wasn't doing music in London, I would have probably stay here and doing drugs and just go out clubbing and without a purpose, and maybe get a boring job. The artist needs to be alone in order to create. It's not that he needs, but it helps a lot if you isolate yourself. It doesn't matter about the size of your audience, because you need to be focused on the quality of your work and not the quantity. And it doesn't matter if you have a few people listening to you. Those few people are your true fans, and from them they can become a bigger number within years of developing and spending energy on your art. So you have to keep up doing what you're doing the best way you do it. Doesn't matter if it's 4 or 5 people. You just do it with the same attitude as there are 1 million.
Every beauty has its own darkness. It's not difficult to name famous artists who had completed their best artwork during the worst time of their lives. Not many people know that the haunting yellow in the most famous painting of Van Gogh is the result of absinthe overdose to fight off his depression.
Van Gogh, I think he paints sunlight. His life is quite suffering. Every time he go out to paint the landscape, he paint all landscape with yellow, because those yellow remind to sunlight, and sunlight shine the happiness to him, make him come back to be happy, change to be another Van Gogh. You see, when he paint, he's quite enjoy and happy.
People that don't understand art are people that think the artist is crazy because he stay alone in his room wasting time. The dark of my art is my life episodes, the things that have been loss of people, destroyed love relationships, and friendship lost, and struggling with money for many years, and family divided. So all those bad things have for sure shaped the character of my artist life. These are beautiful things, because you know that you are in this planet for something, for a reason. And whatever you are going to make in music, in art, is gonna live forever, while you will die.
People can ask what artists' lives dedicate for. The answer lies in all the artwork that threw light on what had been repressed in the emotional lives of the artists. Paintings of Van Gogh, poems of Pushkin, or melodies of the Beatles. When the dark fades out, it will leave the space for the beauty to live on forever.